How do you get the most out of this course? Because you are part of this course and we want to make sure that you really get as much out of it as possible. And for that, we have some things that you should keep in mind. The first thing is quite obvious, watch the videos. It's an on-demand video course, so well, you kind of should watch the videos to learn something here. However, watch the videos at your speed and pause and rewind if necessary. We do our best to find a good balance between too slow and too fast, but this doesn't work for every student. Therefore, use the tools you have in the video player. You can slow us down or even increase the playback speed in case we are too slow. If you didn't understand something when watching the video the first time, pause that part and rewind it. That's not bad at all. It's a really good thing to rethink about certain concepts and to really only continue with the video once these concepts are clear. In addition to that, work along and do the exercises. This entire course is built in an interactive way. You saw it in the introduction project already. This course is built to work along. Throughout the course, you'll not only have the course project, but also different assignments and quizzes. And make sure to do these, because these will help you to remember the knowledge and to practice the things we learned throughout the course. With that, you can really make sure that you understood what we learned so far in the course. And as for the videos itself, make sure to do these exercises and work along at your speed. I want to emphasize this once again here. Additionally, make sure to use the course resources. Attached to different lectures and attached to the last lecture of each module, you can find our project. So in case you're stuck, in case something is not working, you can use these resources and see what you did differently when compared to us. And with that, it's easy to track down any kind of differences, and therefore you can easily make sure your project is working again. Besides that, you can not only find project files, but also links. These links allow you to dive a bit deeper into specific topics, which might not be the core focus of the course, but which might be interesting to you in your specific project. So make sure to use these project files and also dive into the links provided. Even though you have the project files and the links, you might get stuck throughout the course. That's not a problem, because you can ask in the course Q&A section. In this Q&A section, we and also other students do our best to make sure we can help you here and to solve your problem. But that's just one side of the medal, you could say, because, well, to be honest, asking and waiting for a response, that's easy. But this should be an interactive thing, as the entire course actually is. Therefore, besides asking, also make sure to help others in the Q&A section. And I'm not saying this because we're lazy and we don't want to answer your questions. We will answer your questions. But the best way to learn and to practice what you learned is to help others, because a student has a question and then you can try your best to answer this question. And there is nothing you have to lose right here. Because if your answer is wrong, well, then you will get corrected and then you learn something and the student who asked the question will learn something. But if you were right, well, then that's a great proof for you, because you saw that you learned something in the course and that you understood the concepts. Well, and for the student who asked, it's also good because he or she received an answer. So to summarize our helping part here, great learnings are guaranteed if you do so. That's the whole introduction module. With that, you already know what Power BI is all about, what you will learn throughout the course, and how you get the most out of this course. Therefore, let's dive into the course now and continue with the next module, where we dive into the Power BI prerequisites.